Hello, 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 hello. And welcome back. I am still Chucky as always, but am I really? You know, it occurs to me that it's really never the ones you expect. I always made fun of, hold on. I forgot to, there we go. I would make fun, on occasion of Dragon Ball fans, not on stream. You haven't missed anything. At least I don't think so. But then again, you know, at this point, if you don't know that, I'll likely forget stuff the moment after I say it. Then give it a bit of time. You'll figure it out real quick. But I I constantly make fun of Dragon Ball fans for, not watching their own show. And mind you, I say this, but I'm also like, maybe not necessarily, I wouldn't call myself a fan as much because I admit that I have not watched the show. I have watched some of the movies, including, I think, all of the modern ones. I'm not 100% certain, but I have. Um, and more importantly, um, I have watched Dragon Ball Z Abridged, so I'm a bit of an expert myself. But that is actually tangential to the point I'm making. I'd always assume that I have a pretty good grasp of all but like minute details when it comes to the story. And I didn't even realize when I was being a Dragon Ball fan about stuff until like literally a few minutes ago. As I was watching this short about someone ranking all of Trunks' forms, um, he mentioned that the whole plot point of like the heart medicine and stuff, and it didn't occur to me until then that I had the like misconception that many people have, which is partly because of Dragon Ball Z Abridged, but also just like generally spread. Namely, that he, went through all the trouble, went back to in time to give Goku the medicine, and then Goku just went like, it'll be fine, I wanna fight the disease at like its full potential, and the thing is, right, like, I'll admit, without an ounce of not regret, that's not the right word, but without an ounce of like uh whatever, I'm not gonna hide, and I'm not gonna like act like oh yeah, I always knew that like the medicine was like curative, not preventative, but I didn't. And it occurred to me that the only reason that I did, like at this point, know about it was because I think it was Karthus Dojo who mentioned it, and it's genuinely rather embarrassing, if I'm being honest. Now I'm trying to think. Like, I have a ton of black clay bricks, and the ebony ain't growing anytime soon. I have a lot of space and a lot of stuff to manage. However, luckily, wait, is there some red currant juice? Oh wow, there isn't. Huh? How about that? All right, so I will. Yeah, I'm gonna make full blocks of black bricks, and I'm gonna use them as here in the middle. Kind of separate the two parts, and I need some more. 1, 2, 3. Hold on, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plus 4, 9. However, I do remember that there is an extra brick somewhere in here, I think. Or didn't I? Did I hide it? Well, that's funky. Well, sucks to suck. I'm gonna have, so that's 9, that's, hey VT, how's it going? Right, before I get, so to kind of get back to it, and it didn't occur to me until then that, I worked under that assumption. And now I'm just kind of, I just kind of feel a bit silly. I don't like using this word because I feel like it gives people the wrong kind of catharsis when it comes to the way I think, but I genuinely feel like it was a bit of a humbling moment, like, oh, right, I'm not fully above such nonsense. And yeah. That being said, though, you know, thought occurs to me. I've heard something said to someone who was talking about being in therapy. Like, I think I've mentioned it before that I've been in therapy for a long while, you know, solving all of my shit. It was actually part of the reason why well, I'm only half joking about this, by the way. But it was part of the reason why I had I had taken a break from streaming. Only partly, because like I said, there's multiple facts, and besides, I'll be taking another break soon. But what's the word I'm looking for? I'm like multitasking hardcore here because I got into doing a certain thing on merchant, and I have to admit I could just easily not do it. Like it would not be too much of a loss. Sorry that I'm a bit far from the mic. I'm partially over on the other side because I've learned that this microphone kind of, check it out. Actually, I don't know if it does it with this one, but with my old phone it would constantly like emit a buzzing sound if I forgot it under the mic. So I what's the word I'm looking for? Hold the fuck on. The fuck? 1 second. There we go. All right. So as I was saying, and I will always like, you know, recommend it whenever like someone. It's basically like, here's the thing. I think everyone who's ever had like a struggle in their life has at some point or other, you know, reached out to a friend, family, whomever to like talk. But you also kind of have this nagging sort of feeling probably in the back of your mind, potentially gained from like years and years of experience, where you are like painfully aware of just how you're working on a very limited energy budget with them, you know, because there's only so much anyone can take on any sort of topic. And it sucks, right? Because it kind of like gets you to unpack a lot of stuff, and then you get to like, well, not do much with it. So you're kind of left with all this stuff that's unpacked, but not much more else. I really need to finish this building, because I genuinely don't trust these motherfuckers to not find a way out of here. Too stressed, of course. To be fair, though, I don't blame, like, if there's anyone I'm not blaming in this arrangement is the RAM. Like, a dude walks into your home, okay, yeah, he's built to the home and he's feeding, but he walks into your home and he begins to put hands on, like, your wife's tits, like, you're gonna have words. But, anyways, back to the therapy point. So, therapy is one of those things that is like, you know, not always accessible, and it is difficult to find a good therapist. Like, a lot of people misattribute to like the whole process just the faults within, you know, therapists that yeah, that is another thing actually. They do even here, like I am at a private, I'm working with a working, I'm gonna say so I am being treat, that's not the right word either. But the clinic that I'm going to is a private clinic. I actually went there to get a psychiatric test for the purpose of, well, figuring out just what the fuck was my dysfunction. Um, and then I'm not very happy with this small space. I will need to figure something out. But anyways, and yeah, I could have gone to it through like the what would you even call it, like through my insurance, which is state provided, but it would put me on a list that would like be mean waiting for months. Or I could, you know, just basically pay to win at mental health. And well, since I had the option, I went and paid. And well, I've been there even since. But yeah, shockingly, I got diagnosed with ADHD. Please try to not be like please try to be surprised. There we go. That's what I was trying to say. Cause like I doubt that anyone at this point is surprised by this state of the state of things. That's just kind of how it is, you know? Like, everyone could see it. Everyone noticed, like, that, you know, there was some form of dysfunction. Just... sorry. I was tangentializing away from the point, but to go, like, all the way back to, what, I wanted to say. I could put some flowers here. Like I said, I will constantly be, and I will always be a proponent of not feeling any shame in looking for help, in, you know, getting the treatment that anyone not only needs, but deserves. And online, it feels like it's pretty much one of two kinds of people. You either have people who genuinely, you know, pretty much share this perspective, which, I mean, nothing too mind-blowing, you know, people deserve to be happy, shocking fucking horror. We are not fully equipped to deal with all the emotions that we learn through developing in the modern society. Whoa. But some people, man, like, I get this mindset of, you know, accepting help means weakness. I understand. But it's wrong. It's straight up. And some people are also, like, actual assholes about it. And I understand that it's because they are hurt as well. I understand that they are also carrying, like, the, hold on, can I preserve these through anything but jam? Yeah, I can throw them into the oven. That would be stupid. Fish, bacon, snake, crab. Yeah, only candying them. But, hold on, because I'll need to figure out the cellars, because I do need to make the other levels too. I'm very, very happy for that. Sorry that I'm only partially, like, addressing your messages, because I'm kind of, like, in three separate directions, and if I went through, like, every single idea that came through my head, I would end up saying nothing, because even the point that I started with. But I do have to say I'm very, very, very happy for you, because I'll get to my own side of this, but the point that I'm kind of meandering about getting to is this experience of just seeing someone comment to someone else talking about therapy in general and stuff, and saying something to the effect of, because they were talking about how being into therapy really helped them, like, you know, develop themselves, and even their therapist, like, you know, sees a lot of potential in them and all that. And this person who replied to them went and said, and I'll paraphrase here. Oh wow! So you're basically your psychologist's pet project, and like I genuinely stared in like gobsmacked awe at the like stupidity on display in that case, because I can't fathom like not having the perspective like, okay, sure, let's take that as a literal meaning of the point that you are like making. You are your therapist's pet project. Okay. You're also your own pet project. You're also like person number one who should care that you become your best self. So why the fuck would you even begin to consider complaining about having, you know, someone who supports you, someone, a partner basically in this project? Like, what? And genuinely, I could only like look at that in and just process it, because I've heard a lot of shit. I've said a lot of shit myself. I am not innocent of you know, the potential to be stupid, but like there's just some times when I can't understand someone like having um this type of perspective, really. Wait, what? Why did you not stack? Oh god, I can't wait. Next update is going to improve buckets as well. Okay, I just realized I will need a lot. I'm going to complete this with sandstone rather than ebony, because I need to... Well, I don't have as much ebony as would be needed for this, so I'm just going to complete with sandstone slabs. I'm going to do a bit of math afterwards, but first... Oh god, I wanted to make a trigger warning joke about, like, doing math. Sorry about that, but yeah. Now, like I said, I am very happy for UVT that, you know, you're dealing with a supportive family. Because I've been in such a funny fucking position, which I kind of, like, unpacked literally, yesterday. During therapy. Oh no, like the thing is, here's the thing. Yes, that is an understandable reaction. The problem with saying that is that it kind of leaves the point unaddressed. I believe that people should be allowed to say their, you know, stupid piece, because then, like, someone who is actually knowledgeable on the topic, or at least someone who can point to someone who is knowledgeable, can come in and go like, no, you are... I'm normally not scared about of lightning, but I think that comes with the caveat that I am expecting there to be lightning. Yeah, but yeah. So, the thing is, if you, like, you know, if you just tell someone to shut up, the reaction is understandable. Don't get me wrong. And yeah, there's not much else that can be said about it. Like, yeah, you say something stupid, you should be, like, people want you to shut up because, well, you've put it quite well. Might hurt others who are in need of... Wait. Don't tell me that because... Oh god, I just realized if it starts raining, it's going to turn off the, hold on. I need to figure out a way to... Because I hear it sizzling, and I'm not happy about that. I'm just gonna take 2 slabs, put them like this. But, yeah, the point is, it's far more important to, like, even if someone, like, up to a point, up to each individual's capabilities, which, you know, in this case, I consider that I would be capable enough to, you know, explain with, like I said, the point of, like, yeah, just like you are your own pet project, as you should be, because, you know, that's how you develop. Oh dear, I thought I'd let some to get mulched. Well, anyways. Brain, come on, please, work with me. I believe in you. Let me just wind back, because I forgot my point. Well, nothing's coming to mind. That it's blanked out. I blame it on the lightning. You know, lightning strikes, it brings the monster's brain to life. Sadly, I am not a monster, therefore it makes me brain dead. I genuinely need to take a moment to, like, trace back the point I was making. Nope. Nothing going on up here. Literal fucking static. Sorry. So like I said, to kind of restate the point, so I have it at least in my mind complete. Every individual should like, the worst you can do is leave bad ideas unaddressed. Hey Padoru, how's it going? Is your hand hurting, or is something else hurting even more? But yeah. Now, I mean, the thing is, I generally, like, you know, try to, I guess, be respectful in as much as, I guess it's within reason. Like, to me, things need to be discussed, you know? Like, specifically, there's a lot of stuff that, how should I put it? I don't think that, for the well-being of people in general, I'm gonna go pick a handful of flowers so I can plant them between the bushes, because I think they look good. I'm looking for some of the looks like purples, like the fuses. Man, can you catch a break? I swear. Are you sure you haven't, like, provoked some fucking witch or something to curse you? Because at this point, I can't find another explanation. I could have sworn there would be some dwarf fuse around here. Oh well. But yeah. So back to the point that I was getting. Like, I generally try to be respectful on things and, like, be understanding. Hold on, just give me a second. Let me see. The volume is set to maximum. It's literally, like, right next to my face right now. Let me check the settings. I've been going into settings so often that, there we go. It's now as, oh, good lord. That ain't working. This is the best that I can do, and let's hope that I'm not gonna get too animate, because I will actually well, no, actually, because there's no risk of blowing out your ears, considering the fact that it just peaks. I was rewatching the stream where I got sniped by a bowthorn right as I was saying like, oh well, it looks like I'm safe now, and it didn't register like at all the fact that I gave a startled yelp. Wait, is yelp the fucking... Cause like when you yelp, it's like your a brief like yell for help. Is that where the word comes from? I will be so fucking pissed off about it. I literally every time I realize something about the English, the next thing that I realize is that I fucking hate it. But yeah, the point is I do try to be generally respectful and understanding, but I have to admit that this is mostly because my aim is to be critical about, well, things that deserve... Actually, things in general. I would say that I'm a rather, like, critical person. And to that end, I can't, like, I mean to, even if I don't always succeed, but I mean to be respectful about things, because then if you are not respectful, if nothing else, right, like I always kind of try to eliminate any moral aspect from decision making, because morals are one of those things that like everyone has their own perspective on it and don't always line up in a way that you can appeal to them, you know, to make a point. But I think there might be some dwarf fuse here. I got completely sidetracked going on a side quest. Where was I? Right. And to that end, it is important to give things their dues. Like, and I don't mean just, you know, well, cornflower gotta work. And I don't mean just being, you know, negative for negativity's sake. I mean, you know, keeping things, well, like I said, giving things their dues, which means on one hand admitting when something has value, but also there is a point where you just have to go, okay, at this point... Oh, right, chickens. I didn't need to go that far to capture them. Man. And now the recycling truck, I don't know how else to call it. There is a truck that like takes used up electronics off the people's hands, pays you for them, basically makes recycling easier. And it... Pete? Oh dear. I'm gonna have to come... Because I do lack a lot of fuel. At this point I think that peat is burnt. But yeah, so that's kind of like, in general I am a very critical person, but that is with the purpose of like, I mean that when I both praise or criticize something, that I want people to like, you know, understand that it isn't just a knee-jerk reaction. And when it is just something that I like, just kind of inherently don't like, I try my best to come clean of it, to come clean with it, you know, to make it clear that I am not being objective here, but rather that I am just, you know, unable to overcome an emotional reaction. Alright, these are like beyond cooked at this point. But at least the peat isn't. That's nice. Just put these back then, and I can squeeze out one more portion of juice. So yeah, that's kind of my point. Besides, I've just kind of noticed, the more I understand some things, like there is kind of like a graph of how much I understand something and how much my reactions tend to be emotional to it, you know, more or less respectful depending on how much I agree with it. And that is basically my emotional reaction to something decreases the more I you know, the more I understand it. There we go. But then there is a point past which like I start to understand it a lot, and I have this bad habit, which I actually think I'll need to talk about next time I go in the next therapy session. I don't like calling therapy sessions, and I don't know why. Which is a habit that I have of like assuming myself as a baseline, which, well, I really have to accept that it's just not going to ever be accurate, true, or fair for others. I think I'm just gonna leave this like as is. I'm just gonna add a bit of wall here to a bit of a pillar to kind of like block this part off. But yeah. Now, what I did want to talk about a bit more personal on the topic of like support networks and, you know, the people around us. Something that my therapist himself noticed must have been like a truly frustrating experience, and it was for me regarding my like mental development and the whole emotional aspect of it. Is that I have been in a very funny position wherein the people around me, like, they want to support me, they care about me a lot, and they, you know, they understand that things are, you know, like, healthy for me and stuff. But they're also, like, literally unable to provide those things, nor see how they are not able to provide those things. And it's like, I don't want to use the word abusive because that's, you know, too dramatic of a word to use to describe this, and also, you know, not the... Where is my lantern? Because it's not really true. But at the same time, you know, it hasn't been optimal, so to speak. So, you know, it doesn't look like I should be... Oh, dear God, no. Like I should complain. I really need to patch out this hole. So it didn't look to anyone like I needed help. And I also, you know, developed a mindset of not really seeing much of a need for help. You know, I thought... well, not peachy necessarily, but that things were reasonably fine. But... Brain, please. Well, they weren't. And while, you know, I didn't grow up with any kind of, well, let's call them major issues, I basically picked up a ton of debuffs, which in turn, you know, now into adulthood... Where is my lantern? What the fuck? Also, I'm hearing a portal. Okay, I suppose we're going in a quest for the lantern now. How the hell did I forget this? I didn't forget it. Where is my lamp? But yeah. And, well, to kind of like wrap it all up, finish what I guess you would call a overview of how I ended up seeking counseling. Oh, right. There it is. It kind of all came to a head in the form of executive dysfunction, aka ADHD, ruining my performance in college, which in turn led to my current position. And I guess... Well, no, that's... I think that is quite enough, because at this point I'm just kind of dumping, which Well, okay, let's talk. Let me actually talk about this, because I think this could be a useful point to make. Because again, this is a realization that I've had last time during. Oh, go away. Oh wait, I have a ton of peat. What the fuck? I forgot about that. I would need to fill that, but whatever. Sorry, thinking out loud. But point I'm making is it is important to unpack, you know, a lot of how you feel. It is important to there we go. I knew I had some. Basically, it's important to be in touch with the fact that you're feeling things, and that's kind of like the first step in getting well anywhere. But the problem with doing this in a I guess we'll call it non-professional setting, is that you are dealing with people who aren't, realistically, they're not really obliged to, there's a word I'm looking for and it is eluding me. Sorry, they're not obligated to really deal with the emotions that you're putting out, because when you're putting out emotions, like, it's not just you. Yeah, that could be some high function, because there's like multiple levels, right, of this functionality with ADHD. You can call it the ADHD power level. I would say that I'm reasonably functional as well. With everything but school itself, because of various issues. Now, sleep disorder, I personally, like, my experience with it is just issues with too much caffeine use. Like, if I use energy drinks, if I have any of those, I can usually expect to not sleep too well at night. I'm just moving around because I'm like trying to figure out. I know I have to do something. I'm just drawing a blank on what it is, and I'm also kind of waiting out the storm, actually. Okay. So I'm gonna start by digging out the underground cellar, just so that I can actually, you know, start storing the fruits. Yeah, no, I suspect, because in my case, like, just to be clear, in my case, we're... The fuck did I hear? We're talking about a reasonably high degree of consumption. So that's why, like, I genuinely, like, the problem with sleep, at least my belief, is that with sleep, it really sucks that, well, people just kind of have their own thing. You know, literally, you'll have your, like, own approach to what works best, and that makes it difficult to advise people on it. Other beyond like generic stuff that you've already probably heard, you know, no screens before then, no all that, which, I mean, you really, I know I shouldn't personally, but you know, I do. However, I do have to ask, when it comes to sleep. Hold on, because I'm. How tall is this thing? 3. Oh, I kind of want to make it 4 high. 1, 2, 3, and 4. What the fuck? There we go. Great. Oh. The only thing that I guess you might not have come across or like been advised, because it's one of those things that like, you know, you gotta be careful about advising people to do it. I'm actually going to break this thing down, replace it with this, just so that it looks congruous, and that I have more ebony. That's also important. Do you use melatonin? Because I don't think there's a like more general use sleeping aid. Right, gotta make the shovel. Alright, and I'll sort out the cranberries after the storm, or after I'm done with the cellar. I'm just gonna let them beat each other up. Okay, so melatonin is hold on, actually, okay, good. Because here's the thing, right? There's melatonin, which is a hormone, I think. I'm not sure if it's a hormone specifically, or if it's just... Okay, it doesn't say what it is. Let me look it up on the internet. But it is like a internal substance. Okay, it's just referred to as... Oh no, it's a hormone. Okay, so it is a hormone that the brain secretes. It's basically the sleepy time hormones. Melatonin is what your body creates when it notices that, you know, sleepy time is coming. And melatonin pills come in like, I think up to like 10 milligrams concentration. I have looked and not really noticed any kind of like negative outbreak. It's less like, think of it less like a active substance and more so like a push for your body to kind of like start working in and towards there is a word. I mean, yeah, apples are bad for you, man. They keep the doctors away. You don't want that, do you? So basically, for melatonin, you use it as a like trigger for your body's sleep protocol. Basically, your body gets like, oh, the internal melatonin has increased. All right, this means that it is time to get sleepy. It won't like knock you out or anything. Doesn't really do much than like, you know, make you feel sleepy. And I use that when I feel like I'm having trouble sleeping. 26. I think we're just... No, wait. I don't remember you mentioning your age. Just kind of assumed. But yeah. Mostly my problem with sleep is because of the fact that, like... Oh, right, 21. I kind of, like, developed a very bad kind of place of mind, I guess, wherein if I try to... Sorry. Rather, I should say, I have this kind of habit to just kind of, like, at night fatalize so fucking much that, like, I genuinely stress myself out of sleeping. That's obviously not good. I'm just gonna turn this on. Let it do its job, earn its polish. But it really fluctuates, and it is a problem, like, with me. I think it's, like, a clear-cut case of caffeine overconsumption. I'm trying to cut back on energy, what the fuck? Even with all my knowledge and... yeah. So if that's like something that prevents you from sleeping, you could look into using melatonin, but again, it's like it's like with what's it called? What's it called? I'm trying to remember. Stimulants. I was considering whether to use the brand name or the general term, but I could not remember what the generic term is. But it's like with stimulants for ADHD. It's like it is not going to like do the job for you, but it is like a huge leg up, you know. Which if you are struggling with it to the point where like it's a disturbance in your daily life, then you know literally no reason not to get the help. Plus, shit's cheap. Like cost me less than let me think. Let me do some quick maths. I guess something like €7 for a whatchamacallit box, which is like give me a second to look it up. 60 tablets of 5 milligrams. And I should clarify, like 5 milligrams is most nights good enough to take the edge off for me. So it's like, and I'm not a small guy by any means. So if, like, again, obviously consult with a specialist, or rather I will advise you to consult with a specialist before trying any sort of medication. But if you don't have any sort of like negative reactions to it, which you can, you know, just kind of like try it, see how it pans out, and then go from there, then you can use it. What the fuck am I doing with... Oh, right, I remembered. Then you can try supplementing your natural melatonin with that. Because, like, again, it's OTC, so it should be safe. Or rather, as safe as, you know, any drug can be. I'm just gonna let this cool down here. So yeah, a lot of people are on melatonin these days, because it's like... It's particularly the stress that gets people. Because... Actually, the thing that drove me to go seek, whatchamacallit, psychological help was the fact that, like, I had a period of time, a couple of years back, where it was just awful. I could not sleep without panicking myself to exhaustion, because of just, like, the point where I was at. And I'm, like, mentally, I'm out. I suppose that's the like best news. I have realized this week actually, like I had this moment of what's the word I'm looking for? Reflection, where I realized that I am now like... I'm not gonna say full on fine because I have stuff. I still have stuff to work through. Hold on, 1, 2, 3. But I can confidently state that it's like the worst of it is behind me. Not it's not distant. It's definitely not distant yet. But yeah. Where was I going with it? Right. And it actually did start because of difficulties sleeping. Because I kind of realized that in like my final weeks of college, before, because I have technically... Thanks! It's bricks. I'm thinking if I'm gonna use bricks here as well, if I'm just going to leave the sand... I probably will leave the sandstone. I kind of like this thing. I'm just gonna put some nice walls in here. Hold on. Is it 1, 2, 3, 4? Yep. And now to dig these out. Eldritch Lightning. Honestly, I forgot the point that I was getting at, but the point is that, or rather, the point that I'll try to kind of finish on is that, you know, I needed the help, and I am, like, mostly at a fine place, but I still think that I am holding myself back because of past experiences, which kind of is the reason why I am still seeking counseling, but it used to be something that I need to go like on a bi-weekly basis. Now it's like almost once a month, you know? Yeah. But like I said, for me, it like to kind of put a bow on this, to properly contextualize it, for me, the problem was that it was all these like minutiae that like individually, you know, they just kind of be like frustrating childhood experiences and stuff, and they never really quite built up into like some form of blowout that made it clear I you know, need to seek assistance. I'm just going to do merchant while waiting this storm out, because I'm not in the mood to get out there. Hold on, brain, please. But yeah. So it was like, you know, all these little things that just kind of like ended up in, well, creating, I guess the big blowout did eventually come when, in spite of my best attempts, I just could not deal with college. And I had to, well, I crawled my way past the finish line. Like, that's the thing, you know. I have completed all courses. I have passed every single exam. I am just, you know, it's just my thesis itself that I need to complete. And it used to be so bad. Here's like a bit of context. It used to be so bad that I genuinely could not like talk about it. I could not be asked, so how's your bachelor's going, without like feeling a knot in my stomach, without feeling a degree of panic. And I don't even feel that anymore. I didn't even realize when, you know. Actually, this brings to mind something. One, like, huge thing that I personally, like, independent of anyone, kind of fucked myself over with. I wanted to learn a lot of skills, like drawing, animation. I wanted to get on with writing, because technically speaking, I'm a good writer, but technically speaking is not enough. And I do need to, like, you know, get it done. But I just did not feel like it would have been right to do it, because I felt like doing it would have been wasting energy that I should be using to, you know, finish my bachelor's paper. And that was so fucking stupid. Don't do what I did. If you want to acquire a skill, if you feel like, especially if you feel like you're in a position where you're stuck, it is really useful to be able to prove to yourself, if no one else, that I'm thinking how to kind of, I don't want to use the same pattern, you know, down below. Should I just do survived and andesite? I probably should do that. But seriously, because like one of the worst things is to I studied chemical engineering, specifically the science and engineering of oxidic and nanomaterials. Basically, well, nanomaterials are, as you probably expect, you know, nanomaterials. But oxidic materials just means concrete, glass, ceramics. Oh, fuck. Tipped over a, well, I'll just call it a cup. It's actually the lower half of a shaker. I just um kind of broke it because I have this habit of over tightening the shakers, and that is not good. But then again, you can only get sprayed with milk so many times until you start, you know, holding things real tight. But yeah, back to holy shit. Back to what I was saying. So, um, one of the worst things that you can do if you're not like in a good, if you feel like you're stuck, is to Oh, that's lovely. I think he might be working with something a bit more complicated than what I am, because realistically, a lot of people way overestimate the complexity of like what I'm studying at bachelor's level, because it's like, okay, it's not, you know, layman easy, even though to me it seems like it, but it's also mostly like chemistry and thermodynamics and design. And like, even for example, right, for my thesis, one of the things that I need to do is calculate a recipe for a whatchamacallit, for a cement, right? And I can do that in so many ways, but even at its most base level, like if I need to figure out what I want, all I need to do is like pop open a let's just call it an encyclopedia, which just kind of like lists off all the things that like all the compounds that are gonna be like at the end of it, within it. And, you know, I figure out, okay, so I want this within these parameters, this within these parameters, this within these parameters, right? And then I work backwards from that. And then, like, literally after that point, it's just math. And not even complicated math. The most complicated math is, like, using some specific equations formulas, sorry, to calculate, like, you know, the required end product, the consistency of... no, the composition of the required end product based on oxides and minerals specific, and how those like form into minerals, you know. And from that, it's there's multiple ways, but like literally accidentally I used a quote-unquote right way by just applying like a system of equations with two equations, or with two unknowns, sorry, or one unknown for a more easier version. And I just like do the math. It doesn't even need to be right. Like, here's the funny thing, I kind of crashed out on it because I just could not get the math to math. Because I would do the equations, they would be like right by all principles of math that I know. But then when I went to verify it, when I went to go and see, like, okay, so X and Y, do they give the desired results? I get wrong results. And I could not for the life of me figure out why for the longest time, though I did suspect that it was because we're working with like unitary? Whatever, less than 1 as the values for X and Y. And I was doing a lot of approximation. And I figured like that must be what kind of snuck past the good math. And well, yeah, but the funny thing is, eventually, you know, I figured it out, and I just did it in Excel so that there is literally no loss. But the funny thing that I realized even afterwards is that, okay, but even those results that I got were correct. Like, the recipe that I'll end up going with was one that I did without even, like, considering the math, like, to verify the calculations, you know? Okay, so, I'm gonna go, place. You know what, we're gonna use red bricks just because we have a fuck ton of them. And I'm gonna need them anyway, so... Now, the pattern that I want to go with should I go with... I'm just gonna use the standard ones, and I'll use this for the other stuff that I want to do. But yeah, point is, fuck math. No, but seriously, and then, like, I also went and checked back through, like, multiple methods. And it ended up giving me pretty much the result that I like, as close to a perfect result as possible. Though, admittedly, the way that I did it, like, the oxidic composition that I ended up choosing, I just looked it up. I just took the oxidic composition that was available online. And, okay, so I don't want this to be too, like, monotonous. And I have a couple of options for that. I could use wood, but that will kind of suck. So instead what I'm going to do is, how wide is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? Yep. Okay, check this out. So, hold on, let me see the recipe. For these tiny ones. I think I only need 2. What the fuck are these? This is nightmarish! Jesus Christ, I am so glad I'm not tripophobic. Oh, wow! Okay. Looks like I need another... looks like I need a lot more mortar. And the chisel. I'm kind of wearing down the... Okay, let's see. How much are we working with here? Okay, 1 to 1. And I'm gonna want... Hold on, it's 4 tall, so that's 8... 16, 32. So basically all of these. This is like a huge drain on the mortar. That's surprising. Did I? Yeah, that's a Bothorn. At least this time there's nothing too fucking awful to haunt me here. Alright. And 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Oh well. I may have made a miscalc. Well, no, I just remember these wrong, but I'm still gonna go with this. It's gonna look kind of like a... like the big ones are pillars. Oh, that's actually pretty nice. I'll see about the chiseling later. It feels like it would be a bit of a waste to focus on this now. But yeah, so like before, my brain was like fully distracted by unpleasant noises. Alright, and now I'm gonna need 4, 8, okay, so 8, 16, 24, 32, 40. Well, I'll be. What I was trying to get at with the whole point of like don't deny yourself the opportunity to grow just because you feel that it's not the direction you are supposed to grow in, which is a very cheesy way to put it, but at the core of it... Hold on, where's... Right, I already have 8 of these. So that means I only need 32. Because it's... Oh god, no. Badoru. So I want to... So again, there's no use for that cover, so I need to improve my English. What type? Okay. Honestly, last I heard, which admittedly I haven't been following this too much, but last I heard, game design is one of those things that, like, I guess should be seen as, or rather, you should consider it tertiary. What I mean to say is that, well, yeah, there is a lot, like, in cultivation-intensive cultures, places like China, they use a lot of tree symbology for the human, because... Actually, I might be talking out of my ass, but I get the feeling that I'm, like... So I might be wrong. Do check me on this, but I feel like it is the case that humans are often like associated with trees when in the context of like development. Because realistically, yeah, we kind of are in the sense that, you know, we start from very tiny beginnings, but given the proper conditions and the proper makeup, that is to say, stuff like both the environment around you as well as your own metal, which is to say METTLE, you can grow into something grand and impressive, you know. And yeah, it's a good analogy and perspective, even if, you know, I know you meant it more as a joke. But onto the, like, I haven't checked in a while, so make of it what you will. But last I knew of it, game design as a major was risky in that you often had good odds of just dealing with a scam. Yeah, and nowadays it's men who do it, so honestly, I think they were onto something. To be fair, though, I actually knew a girl who was really into this type of spiritual stuff, and not much of a problem about it, except for the one time she wanted to hug a tree, which wasn't a problem in and of itself. However, she was trying to hug a spruce, which is recently what I learned are the whatchamacallit, the coniferous trees near my area. Um, and like, I instinctively yanked her back because, you know, I was like, okay, yeah, it's like, you know, lovely and stuff, good for you and all that, but also it's not very good for your clothes. But she did not appreciate the fact that I, like, quickly and admittedly aggressively pulled her away. In my defense, it was a, oh shit, I must act moment. But yeah, funny story about hogging trees. Okay, now, I want to kind of halve these. Oh wait, then it... You know what, we're gonna go with this. I'm gonna need to put a lot of... oh wait, no, I'm just gonna leave these here. I'm gonna do a bit of design and make it look like a pillar. There we go, 1, 2. I feel like this needs a bit more depth. Does this look good? I am overfussing here. Alright, and then chopping this up. Oh, that's lovely. Oh god, I'm gonna have to copy this pattern up here. I already forgot what it looks like. Oh dear. Just gonna, just do this. Thank you. I can't remember this pattern. Fuck. How do I flip this upside down? Hold on, hold on. I know how I'm gonna do it. So I need 1, 2. 1, 2. Okay, these are gonna get then chopped down like this. 1, 2. Okay, does it work? Okay, good. Okay, I think I got it. So these two and then these two. But yeah, so to kind of like get back to the game design course thing. Sadly, the last I've heard people talking about it, it was not the best recommendation, because, or at least rather, the advice that I've seen given was to oh dear, was to instead focus on something that's like directly conducive to but hey, that's me. That's directly conducive to like making games, and then every like directorial aspect aside that would basically be completed afterwards. I have wait. I think I can do it like this, and then chop this up as well. This, like these. I think it looks good enough. I'm just gonna use the pantograph to copy it all, except if I had, wait, do I have one? Now I'm trying to think. I do. All right, but we do have storage. We need a lantern. All right. Should I use bismuth, bronze, or meteoric iron plate? Or should I just be boring and use normal meteorite? Or should I maybe... No, I'm not gonna use a torch, because I need the walls free. You know what? We're going to make... Do I wanna? I don't feel like smelting. I'm just gonna... Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Oh wait, I have a fuck ton of iron plate. This is not even a question anymore. Don't even need to make anything. Because that was my main thing with iron. I just didn't feel like... cooking it, well, smithing it more like, but you get a point. But yeah, the thing is, like, game direction is one of those skills, at least again I am referring to how I'd last heard the topic spoken about. It's one of those skills that still, like, it is considered to just need to be developed in the field. Which is to say, you kind of have to show it while I guess, getting something else done. I'm just gonna make 3 of these and just leave them there. I don't know how to explain it because I admittedly, again, I will I can't pretend that this isn't like something that I just kind of like remember, but I do remember it made quite a bit of sense back then. Because at the end of the day, I guess the reason why I would not do it, and that's the only way I can really talk about it, considering the circumstances. The reason why I wouldn't... Oh, dear God, no. Okay, let's say cover. So the reason why I would not do it is because when you get a formal education, you do it to enter a position within an industry. And game designers within the industry are, last I checked, rather not treated too well. You know? They are not seen as being as crucial to game design as any of the other positions, because they're like, anyone can do that. Because creativity in general is not as appreciated. Oh, that's interesting. I respect that. That's okay. That's genuinely cool. That's genuinely cool. Then, okay, by all means. If you want if you're interested in it, I will also recommend you the series. It's on the Escapist channel, Yahtzee series of 12 games in 12 months. He is, in my opinion, not a necessarily great game developer. He has couple of rather I should say, well, his games are fine, but that's just fine, you know? But he has a very good creator for a a very good mindset for a creator. He is good at teaching you essentially how to you know, actually think about things. Wait, where do I get health for this one? Oh, I don't. But it's still if I... Actually, this is true about everything when it comes to me. I should just go and do it with pretty much everything that I kind of quote-unquote want to do or want to try. But I mean, I think that's, you know, not bad advice per se. Okay, now we need a ton of boxes. I'm going to use those to store stuff like candy and such, and just make a ton of I see, that's interesting. Because in general, development is, a lot of coders will talk about, you know, how, half their job is Googling their knowledge. But, still. Or are you talking about, how to design something? My experience is pretty much wholly limited with, I can't even say working, but just being in the vicinity of someone who is developing his own system for a TTRPG. And well, yeah, but in general the principle... Oh, you're talking about okay, just context. For a second I thought you were... Because the problems are the same. It's the same approach to fix them, so... Not not much of a point to mention the scale, but yeah. So that's kind of like my only experience, which I wouldn't consider, well, much at all. But I have noticed, and I do believe that it is very important to like know how to take feedback, and that doesn't mean just you know, smiling and nodding, but to also like know to parse the feedback that is, you know, good from feedback that is just someone trying to get you to design their own game. Because even someone who means well could fall into the could end up in the pitfall of trying to convince you that you know, yo dude, I have this brilliant game idea, and like I know so well, it's gonna be so good, such a banger. But the simple fact is that, you know, you're designing your own game, not someone else's. But and I am talking like I have been guilty of this as well. Like I am not innocent of making the same mistake. Okay, hold on. I need to focus here for a couple of seconds because I need to remember what I'm trying to do. But yeah, so in general, like it's very difficult. It's hard to give feedback, but it's even worse to actually receive it. And it can get, well, people tend to fall in love with their ideas a lot. I guess that's another important thing when talking about design in general. Like, again, I am guilty of this as well. Should I? I don't like this being so square. I'm just gonna make a... I don't have as much context as I probably should on this. The most that I've designed, sorry, that I've made a game actually, was the like tutorial for the tutorial fruit game for what's it called, Game Maker, which was way back when, because I was like 13 or something. But yeah, so I can't really speak too much on whether it is or it isn't, but still. Most of my design, I guess, most of what you could call a design is the fact I have heard, or rather, I have seen that Godot is a pretty good open source, easy to use coding engine. Right, boxes. I don't like how confused I'm feeling right now, because I have all these things that I want to do, so I end up, you know how it is, choice paralysis. Okay, so because like here's the thing, or rather what I guess I should say. There's people, and there's like, you know, challenges to make games within like 24 hours. So I can't really say like how, rather I should say, I don't know how much, you know, not too much or not too little would be actual time spent, you know. Oh no, I have not worked on all this so that I can like not see it. Well, technically I'll still be seeing it, right? Well, fine. Care a lot more about space. I said coping. Okay, so you're still dehydrating. You're not. And you are candies.
Wonder, are these feasible? Sadly not. Though I should say, generally, my approach to these things is... I understand how you feel, because I myself, when it comes to working on, well, most of the things that I want to work on, actually, I have a very bad habit of, like, just not putting in that much work. And I'm like, you at least have a sensible number. Like, you at least, you know, have a number that looks good. I have spent... Let me think for a second. In the past week, like, or rather I should say for the whole month, just to kind of clarify, just to kind of give a sense of scope, I've spent like 6 hours animating. So I definitely get your feeling, but what is most important is that your focus is on actually, I just realized, like, it's a sudden moment of self-awareness, but sorry, because I guess I was kind of like riffing. I feel like I had to say something, which is a bad habit to get into. Yeah, but, or rather, yeah, and it's something to, you know, show for it. Which is not as much as a lot of aspirants? Aspiring creatives, we'll use aspiring creatives, can say. So, you definitely have, like, you know, the proof, the, you can show that, you know, you've done your work. So, I guess you shouldn't feel bad about it. If you feel like you should work more for it, then, you know, you can do that. But there's also the option of hold on, can I reach this? Yes, I can. That's good. Hold on, I want to put these kind of ordered up. Can I still reach these? Yes. Good. Because, like, I guess the question I want to extend is, why have you not done more? Okay, I like this. This looks good enough. This is not a question that I am asking to kind of, you know, hold you accountable, or for any reason other than, I guess I want you to ask yourself why that is. And to... Oh, there's the other fucking... Yeah. That's a mood. Well, to be completely honest here, what are the odds that it is, you know, executive dysfunction? What are the odds that it is the consequence of having ADHDs? You know? Yeah. I've made a wine cellar. Okay, I'm gonna need to make, hold on, I might actually decide to fix this. Ow. Oh, yeah. Though it will be andesite instead of Wait, it should be andesite. God damn. I'm finally fixing the pothole. I actually thought I never would consider doing it. Okay, hold on. I need to math real quick. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Right, so this is a 1, 2, 3, 4. I can just count the walls. 5, 6, 7, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, minus 1 on this side. So that's 6 times 6. That's 36. And plus these 4, that's 40. Let me see. Brick. Because I keep forgetting how many I get per... Okay, I get 4. So 40, that's 80. So 64 plus 16. I'm just gonna craft 10 of them. God damn it. Try to count it just by ear. I'm gonna need to make more mortar. That's new. I don't think I've ever needed to make more than like the first round of mortar. Alright. However, I do have to say, if you are already like considered legally an adult, I don't know about how things, like how the law basically works there. But sadly, here in Romania, we do have a bit of a problem. Namely the fact that ADHD here is considered a childhood disease, or childhood illness, sorry. Basically, if you don't get the diagnostic as a kid, your odds of getting diagnosed are not as good anymore. So, alright, so I guess it might not be bad to put that on the like burner to like get that sorted out before anything else. I should have changed the pattern, but also it looks good enough. I'm fine with this. Because again, it's stupid, but you know, it's kind of the... Well, I don't like using this phrase, but it is kind of the way things are. Alright, so I'm gonna move these, but first let me just place this. Alright. Again, considering how it works here in Romania, you should... Well, I guess you... Again, I'm not fully certain, because here's a funny story, actually. This information I have heard from Reddit, because, you know, few places that are better to get the best information, because on Reddit, if someone is wrong, then you'll have someone else come in and correct, like, I'm actually... So it's, you know, not terribly inaccurate when talking about this kind of stuff. And someone spoke about his experience getting the diagnostic. And yeah, that's basically what he said. However, the issue arises with the fact that I have mentioned this to both like my therapist as well as the psychiatrist that I work with, and they kind of gave me this look like I'd suddenly grown a second head. So yeah, and if the diagnostic is like the process is going to be similar to how it is here, you'll probably go through a test for both sorry, not just for ADHD but also for whatchamacallit, so the tests were for both that as well as narcissism, schizoid disorder, what else? Okay, I need to empty this bucket down here. What else was there? Because there were multiples. Depression, BPD. I think that about covers most of them. There were more of them, but yeah, basically you get tested for great deal of other issues. Partly, I think, because it helps prevent misdiagnosing, but also because it's just kind of prudent. I really screwed myself over with this setup. But yeah. Good luck. If you go, oh right, one thing. It's important to know, if you go into therapy, you don't need to stick with the first therapist that you go to. You don't always get lucky with a good one that matches you. I'm satisfied with mine. But yeah, okay. I think I get the feeling that I'm kind of belaboring the point. So I have this bad habit where I kind of it takes me a few seconds. I'm, like I said, belaboring the point. I'm talking too much in colloquial terms, and I don't realize it. The conversation kind of moves away from there, the whole thing, but ID? Okay. I did not notice this. Why did I not? Stupid, man. But anyways, and it takes me a few seconds to realize that, everyone's ready to be done with the topic. So sorry about that. I saw bismuth, and I saw the color of bismuth, and I was very confused for a few seconds before I realized what had happened. Well, at least now it's sorted, for the most part. There was a cooking video that used that same joke. I'm trying to remember what it was. But yeah, I am so lucky that because here's the funny thing about having ADHD. You get to use these or rather sorry, I feel like this is relevant. So you get to use these funny little pills that function as stimulants. They kind of get your brain to make the neural connections that it does for other people, but for some reason doesn't for you. And no, it needs this, because otherwise it's gonna look like ass, but I need to move this one from here. Because this is not going to cut it. Wait, is this honey? No, it's rye. Okay. But yeah, as I was saying, so you get to use these fun little things, and they also mess with your like appetite, right? So usually you can expect to have a lessened appetite, which is currently the case for me. However, I do have to say, if I hadn't had 3 fucking cheese pies before, well, for breakfast actually, because I kind of crammed 2 of my meals into breakfast. I would have absolutely fucking hated you making that joke, because it would have gotten me so fucking hungry, man. You have no idea. But yeah. Because I'm currently, my biggest problem with eating right now is that I'm so fucking starved, pun intended, of inspiration for like what to cook. And I love cooking, and I am so unhappy that I'm not able to like derive joy from it in the same way that I would like experimenting with other stuff. But yeah. I need to store these. I'm gonna store the meats here. Alright, now we have a lot of stuff sorted out, actually. Now, the way I'm gonna do it, I need a pantograph. I'm gonna go make one. For starters, actually, or anything else. I'm just gonna dig this whole thing out. Replace it. Ooh, I just realized. No, it's not the best. I really need to kind of like expand my cooking repertoire, like my perspective, because to me, lunch is kind of. I'm just gonna make all of these. It's kind of like just throw some meat in the whatchamacallit, in the pan, sear it up, and then combine it with some vegetables and some form of like carbs for the accompaniment, and then that is that. Which hasn't been working for a while, I have to say. Alright, we have a ton of these. Wonder, hold on, how much do I recover from them? 2. That's rough. Well, no matter, I'm just gonna have to. I realized I could have just waited a bit. Oh well. Alright, half of them. How much do I need for these? 4. This is not needed. 7. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 11. I just need 2. I like sandwiches a lot. I don't know why, but I do. Oh god, this looks horrifying. I need to close it off soon. Well, no 2 ways about it. I just realized I'm gonna save up on some of these bricks. But which ones? I'll get to that. Right now I just have a couple of pork chops set up, because I kind of couldn't have chicken anymore. I just kind of needed to change up the protein, so I decided to go with, because it's pretty much the only other alternative. I could, like, fish I don't like at all. I think I've mentioned this before, that I have considered, sometimes when I, like, rather one time when I was running late on the stream, I was considering that, like, I was considering turning the stream on and going like, so, here's the thing, I'm kind of late on the stream, but it's for a good reason. As you see, I'm currently cooking. But, sadly, not the case. Okay, so I want to put... Wait, what? No, that ain't right. I'm just gonna put one here, and... These are 7 wide, right? Again. Okay, so then I'm going to put one here. 1, 2, 3. And here, 1, 2, 3. Alright. This thing is 7 tall, I think. And don't think I have enough bricks for it anyway, so I'm just gonna use the ones that I have. Three, 4, 5. Because for these, I will actually just be using slabs. But yeah, oh god, I'm not gonna be able to math that. I mean, I could, but I need to pull out the calculator. But I shouldn't use the calculators because my teacher said that I won't always have it in my pocket. Har he har. But regardless, so I'm just gonna place these here and then, like, hide the, like, steal these and hide them behind, wait, wrong. There we go. Hide them behind these. Oh, wait, this isn't gonna work. Well, one option left. I want to place a full block here so I can make a pillar head. Okay, let me just place the... Wow, I literally said I'd be doing one thing and I did the whole other... I'm stupid, man. There we go. And now this. And 3. And breaking you. I don't think... Oh. I don't think this is going to be a problem. I really hope I'm not going to be proven wrong. And this is why I have been putting them in this weird pattern. I was planning on doing rather using red bricks to make these kinds of structures that look like support beams. Oh dear, this ain't good. Well, one of them's gonna be missing. Or instead, I can just do this. Modern solutions for modern problems. And I'm gonna put them like this. Now, it ain't gonna look the best, I admit that. But technically speaking, I could add this and kind of like shave it down. Oh well. There we go. These are not placed right. How the fuck did I... Ah, never mind. Oh shit, I'm gonna have to do this for 2 of these pillars. Probably shouldn't be surprised though. Wait, I just realized with this I can just sneak... How many more do I need? 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, I'll be. I'm gonna make a handful more. How many more do I need? What is this song? Holy shit, it's beautiful. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 7. Can make 8. Just realized I don't need the bases here, because these will be replaced with a block as well. Three. Okay. Let's see, do I need to sneak out some more bricks? I actually might have overdone it. Well, that's nice. All's well that ends well. I think I might not even need any more of these. That would be so fucking... Oh wait, no, I need... Yeah, I definitely need them, some more of them. But meanwhile... So. Nah, this game's music is absolutely fucking gorgeous. No two ways about it. I'm gonna have to find something to do with this. The fuck is this music, man? Holy shit. I feel like I finished the game. I'm gonna have to complete this, but it's gonna be a problem for another day. Oh dear god! The sushi's going bad. Oh no! How could I? Do I have some place to just dump my stuff? Because I want to go... collect... what's it called? I want to go collect the fruits. Because I don't think they're gonna last too long. Anymore. These I'm leaving because I can store them in the boxes outside. I have pie. I'm gonna need this thing. Away we go. What time is it? Wait, if I'm not gonna be taking, and I'm not gonna be taking the lantern, I'm not gonna be taking the mace either. Just gonna leave it here. Oh shit, which song is this? It's like, no, I'm just gonna be quiet. I'm going to look into it. Odds are it might have been recently added because I don't remember it, even though I have listened to the whole soundtrack of this game. Look, we may need more pie, but not as urgently as I need to go pick the fruits, because otherwise, I don't know what will happen, but it won't be good. Okay, to be fair, I'd fuck with that hardcore. But sadly, there is no pie for me. Alright, in case you all haven't seen, we finally got the 1.22 trailer, I guess, for lack of a better word. And, holy shit, it looks so good. I'm genuinely looking forward to that update, even though it will probably break some stuff. Wait, what? Oh, these have not matured. Neither have you, have you? Have they? Mature pink trees. Did I miss the harvesting window? I am going to be so fucking salty if I did. I left the stairs. No, please don't. Oh, man. Well, I do want to pick up the cherry tree. Wow, that was a small one. Oh shit, let's go! The apples are still looking out for me. Let's go. Apples are the real homies. So there's still chances. Game coming out with these bangers right now. Oh, there's some of what I was looking for. Wow, these trees were not lucky. I wish I could figure out a way to listen to something in the background while I am Alright, have I been to those trees? I don't think I have. While I work, because holy shit, do I feel like it will be so incredibly not very interesting to watch me just juicing fruits for hours. It's genuinely fascinating how much the music can carry a game. Like, just that one piece of music has put me in just like this specific kind of wistful mindset. Thank you. I do try to, I guess, a lot of time I feel like when I talk, when I do stuff, I just feel, I guess, an urge to put on a bit of a show, so to speak. That I need to kind of like, I want to make things interesting for other people, and hold on. Oh god damn it, I'm gonna lose this sneeze. And I guess that just kind of translated into me streaming. Have I harvested those, or were they not ready? I guess only one way to find out. But yeah, mostly I chalk it up to kind of modeling a lot of my way with interacting, when it comes to interacting with people after my grandfather, who I believe that if nothing else, like, he as a role model has been very good example of like how to carry myself in the world at large, you know, at least when it comes to dealing with you know, people that well, pleasant people basically. So he's kind of like the charisma build of the family, and it, you know, I say this like half as a joke, right? Because you know, obviously, if I tell him that, he's just going to look at me like weird. But seriously, not only can he like be very funny when he wants to be, and oftentimes at my expense, I have a friend who still like he instantly became a fan when I don't remember what I was chatting, but I was saying some bullshit, right? And Grandpa just kind of like, in a very kind of matter of fact way, just hit me with a well, why don't you go fuck yourself? Well, that's the kind of English translation. But that's roughly like what, yeah, and like the delivery, the timing, it was just perfect, and that friend like lost his shit laughing. And the point that I'm getting at is that Grandpa really has a very, very vast like pool of interest. You know, he knows a lot of shit, and even if it's not for the same interest for the most part, I think he had a lot of fun when I was asking him about like rock strata and tree groups and like all this natural science stuff when we were driving on Monday. But this kind of translated into me also having a reasonably wide like array of interests. And the fact that I've always kind of liked to chat to people about stuff that I found interesting kind of only compounded with that. You know, so I think I have a pretty, like, wide pool of reference when it comes to talking about stuff, even if, admittedly, my grasp on a lot of stuff is, and a lot of topics, is more shallow than, let's say, someone who actually did study that for their whole life. You know, or someone who, like, actually is interested rather than just having a passing fancy. So I guess that lends itself reasonably well to me having a lot of points from which I can approach various things to talk about. Which I guess, this might be interesting. I had to realize during my adulthood that I have a very vast, you know, pool of, like, stuff that interests me. But the stuff that I really know about is not that much. And most of it is gaming. Like, I don't think I remember a time when I wasn't a gamer. That is to say, even, like, as far back as I can remember, even back when I, like, had child brain and in the way that, like, stuff just... thoughts just happened. You know, without much sense. I still remember for no reason. Is that a challenge? But it depends. Because here's the thing, right? I also have fancies that last for, like, I don't know, let's say a month, right? But the thing is, right, when you walk away from that, you don't just, you know, lose out on everything that you've invested in that month. Not only have you, you know, added those, let's say, the skills or the knowledge that is relevant to that specific interest to your pool of, well, skills and knowledge, but you also, well, I'll fucking be. This thing ain't gonna grow anymore, so might as well. But you also added, like, improved your ability to learn things. You've improved your capacity to expand your birth of knowledge to basically learn. You've learned to learn better, and sure, it doesn't always, like, translate one-to-one. But a lot of the time, it... How the fuck did you get away from me? So point is, not always, no. For example... Actually, I'm trying to think of something, but everything that comes to mind is stuff that I still want to, there's a word, and it's eluding me again, that I still, like, intend to work on. I just haven't found much of the time or energy to do it. I forgot what point I was getting to. But regardless, the point is, even if the interest goes away, everything that you've gained pursuing it has not, and you can always come back to it. You know, like, there's nothing that says you like, once you drop interest in something, you should just stop. So yeah, knife sharpening. Actually, I've always wanted to try using, like, whetstones for my kitchen knives, see how much better they work. What I use currently is a not roller, that's not the right term. One of those well, whatchamacallit, sharpeners that have, like, discs on them, you know. So, is there any difference, or like, for most household knives? Okay, Where did I leave my lantern again? I think it might have been here. It's not this one, I tell you that much. It's not here. Isn't a roller sharpener the thing that has, what's it called? Oh, there it is. Like that you literally roll next to your knife? Or is that a tumbler? Okay, I see. I'm gonna keep this redwood seed just in case this one grows wrong. Alright, we need to, or I want to. Alright, I'm gonna complete the basement wall. And after that, I don't know, we'll see. It'll probably be fun. I think I might actually start storing out the food. Oh, right. Oh, wait! I need to go grab the bricks. I can imagine. Though, to be honest, I myself actually probably wouldn't do too well with a whetstone. It, like, does me really poorly when I feel small kind of vibrations going through my hand. You know, like, for example, when you scrape your nails against the chalkboard. It's not that I hate the sound. Or rather, it's not the sound itself that does me in, it's the, what's it called, the, like, sensation, you know, that kind of, like, your fingers go back and, your nails go back and forth. I don't know how to explain it, but it's very unpleasant, and I imagine it would kind of be, oh, did I? Yeah, I did. And, yeah, but, I do think it's, like, cool in concept, you know? Are you using that, technique of, like, you know, using constantly increasing, what's the word in English? Like the density of asperities on the whetstone. The grain, there we go, increasing grain density. I think. Ah, perfect. And beautiful. And I am getting very hungry. Luckily, I have pies. It was a funny day for me when I realized that whetstone means, like, it's, you know, it's called whetstone, and you do use it wet. It was certainly an interesting moment. There's a lot of these things in English, and it just it drives me mental. I hate it here. Actually, on the topic of English, I want to brag. Well, not to brag or anything, but back in second year of college, we had to take English courses. And I forgot what I was doing for, like, our specialty. But your boy has the Cambridge exam, and I have the diploma for it and all that. And because of that, I could just skip it. What was I planning to do after that? I'm just gonna... Okay. I'm going to store the... I'm gonna get a storage vessel for the... Actually, I don't need one. I'm just gonna leave them in the pantry. It's gonna take even longer to... get them back. Where's... Wait, what? Are you rotting? Why are you rotting? Why are you rotting? Okay, I'm gonna leave it here. And I'm gonna pray that it cures before it goes bad. Alright. So I basically got to skip a whole ass college course because I was so good at English. Well, actually, while I say skipped, it was less the fact that I didn't have to take it, that I didn't have to attend like the seminars, the courses, all that. I just had to show up for the exam, which I did. I think I got maximum grades on that. Because the simple tragic fact is that when it comes to English, at least here in Romania, it's like 3 tiers. It's the old person grade, which is, you know, old people who really haven't grown up in an anglicized world. And so their English, Nein Sprache, very good. I don't really know German. Then you have the like average person who will write on their what's it called, on their CVs that their English is good to average. Sorry, average to above average. They'll say proudly that they have a C2 in English, even though they've only like barely passed the English like end of high school exam, which gives you like a B2, I think. And then you have the people, the gamers, honestly. It's 99% chance that if someone speaks English good in Romania, it's because they're a gamer. And I don't make the rules, I just make the rules. And obviously there are like the people who actually did like even past that, you know, because with gamers you have people who know English at a basically native level. It's not always the case. I know some gamers who speak tragically bad English, but overall this is a pretty good like rough estimate of the most common kind of English speakers. However, there are still like none of these fall within any sort of like professional level of like, you know, knowledge of the English language. And now I wouldn't call myself that because at that level, partly because I've already been gassing myself up more than enough. I think people might be tired of that, but more on a more realistic level, there's also the factor that I just don't have the credentials. Like, I took the Cambridge exam and got C2, but that's my only credentials. I have not, like, actually studied English in college, both literally and in the sense of, you know, deepening my knowledge. And for what it's worth, like, I can't precisely say in writing, but your writing of, like, in English is... not bad at all. Like, you're doing well. I honestly would not have been surprised if you were a native speaker. Actually, I would have been, just because of the timing of these streams kind of makes it difficult for Americans to listen, and English people... Actually, I think there might have been one English person. Statistically speaking, must have been. But seriously. The thing is, obviously there is the aspect of like how you speak, and I would say that my ability in speech has kind of degenerated over time. I stumble a lot about that. Case in point, I stumble over my words a lot more. I struggle to like remember them. I have kind of redeveloped my accent a little bit. I'm not as comfortable, speaking as I was quote unquote at my peak. It's like with every other kind of skill. Yes, you need to train to like improve it, but you also need to train to well, like me, you can go into the kitchen and get yourself a snack now, can't you? Like, feed yourself, man. You are... If you... Like, when you're sick, it's, not good to starve yourself. Because your body needs the energy. Where was I? Right. So... Come on, brain. I believe in you. Yeah. That's precisely the thing, and it's always good to try and improve it in speech. Now, my suggestion, if you don't have an interlocutor to, practice with, you can do a recording of yourself, like, something you want to talk about, and to test both your ability to just, like, speak, just generalized speech, I guess, but to also improve it, you can record yourself doing it, just going off about it, and then listen back to it. It also kind of tangentially serves as a form of journaling, thinking about it. And that's really good because journaling is very good. There we go. Time to go home. And that kind of lets you do not just a couple of things, not just listen back to yourself, figure out what pronunciation you're struggling with that you might not have caught yourself, but it also helps you familiarize yourself with your own speaking voice, which a lot of the people aren't. You probably find you've probably seen the meme of like, when you hear your voice in a recording and it's someone like wanting to crash out at themselves. And that is the case because I can't really explain why. I think it's probably the Uncanny Valley effect. Someone else might have explained it, and I'm just kind of like vaguely remembering it. But the point is, it's useful to not hate the way you speak. And that in turn can mostly be achieved by familiarizing yourself with how you sound when you talk. Where's the fruits? There's the fruits. I'm gonna start with pears. I'm gonna make pear syrup. I have never had pear syrup. Honestly, I've only ever had pear juice. Ooh, that's nice. They line up perfectly. Wait, I'm dumb. There we go. Alright. Because, I don't know, in general I think it's really useful, especially if you need to focus a lot on how your voice sounds. For me, I think the most exercise, and I think this might be part of why I've like settled into some bad habits, with talking, but I also DM a lot, which in turn means that that's how I mostly speak English, when I DM for various campaigns. And that in turn makes it, like, I have people around who kind of like get what I'm talking about. So I don't need to focus as much on like, you know, how I talk. But more so on how I use the words. And yeah, I think that's kind of how I've developed a few bad habits. Should I start with... No, I'm going to start with syrup, because with the syrup I can candy the pears, and that way I can, you know, like use the leftover ones to make candied pears and candied fruit. So after I have like at least a portion enough to... Sorry, after I have at least some syrup, I can go and make... what's it called? I can go and make the alcohol. Because at this point I have quite a fair bit of alcohol, and without a condenser I am not going to be able to process it, which in turn will mean that it's just going to... I think it should be fine because it's just wine, quote unquote. But still. Actually, I just remembered another thing. So there's this YouTube channel, Sellsword Arts. I watch them quite a bit, and the host David has a, let's call it, distinctive voice. Like he does not sound his age, right? And that's perfectly fine, right? I have no problem with that or anything, but in one video, you know, he talks about why he sounds quote-unquote like that. And he mentions how he projects his voice, you know, when he talks. And that is a technique that is done when you... Well, basically it means that instead of kind of like just speaking, you kind of like force the words out through your chest. And even now, I'm talking like I'm kind of projecting my voice, but at the same time, I'm keeping a mostly modest volume. Partly because I'm concerned of for the thing peaking, partly because I still have neighbors, sadly. Oh god, white current. I don't have where to... Ugh. Where was I going with that? Well, regardless, but the point is, it reminded me of that, and I actually have considered, for at least a while to kind of like, you know, try and, for a couple... So either for one stream or like for an hour or so during a stream to try and just talk by projecting my voice. Mostly I was curious how it would... There's a word, and it's eluding me again. There we go. How it would, like, affect the way I sound. You know? But that'll have to be one of those days when I'm, you know, feeling more proper. When I'm reasonably well-rested and all that, because... So basically, I'll need to have more than the average amount of energy that I do. Okay, so we have... a lot of barrels. I'm gonna go grab a couple from the basement. Gosh, can you imagine how good this kitchen smells? Like open syrups. Okay, I'm probably not gonna rock any shelves. I'm gonna need to store up the barrels. Oh right, I have these. Here. Gonna put the shelf down here. Wait, no, not like this. What a conundrum. Wait, can I? Ah, that would be too cool. Yeah, I'm gonna go cut. Actually, I need to see if I have some more maple. I love the fact that I've mentioned a couple times I hate maple, but I ended up using it as the wood in my building. But to be fair, it is green. Okay, I don't think I have maple, so I'm just gonna go cut one of these. Don't need to shave them, because I have more than enough. Also, one funny thing that I've noticed on the topic of speaking in, you know, a foreign language, it kind of like as time goes on, I feel like I'm more liable to slip back into like either Romanian turns of phrase or a what's it called? I think I can just do 24 slabs. Because if I'm not going to be using them here, I'm going to be using them in the cellars. Like all of them, I mean. Okay, I think this ought to be fine. Kind of not liking the kitchen, how it's turning out. It feels more like a pantry than the pantry. Kind of need, I need to move this crate out of the way, and I need to put a table here. So I'm gonna move this barrel as well. But where can I move this crate? Well, oh, yeah, right, I can just move it there. Oh dear, I'm growing hungry. And I don't mean just in-game. Though in-game as well, holy shit. Of course you're too stressed to be milkable. Two bread, one egg, one chicken. What's that? Oh right, pie. I have those. Alright. Well, this ain't great. I'm gonna have to chop down some more trees. I'm gonna... Like I said, I want to make a sort of place here. Do know what yet. Maybe just decoration. So that I have an excuse to light up that area. Alright, let's... See, this looks good. This looks like shit. Good. Disasters are entertaining to see. Speaking of culinary disasters, I actually, like, the first thing that I've ever made is probably the worst thing that everyone's thought to make in the history of ever. Okay, I'm just gonna... You know what? I'm going to put these, like, position these as well. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And I have 3 slabs left. What to do with them? Nothing probably. Or I could use them up above. That's also an option. But yeah, the first thing I've ever, like the first food that I've ever technically cooked has been a mustard, sugar, and I think that was that sandwich. Which because I'd seen it in the cartoons that they would take like a toothpick with a green olive on it, and they like put it in the sandwich. So I did that as well. However, funnier still was that it would not like hold the sandwich together because it did not go all the way through. So and I don't know, I just did that and then I ate it. Honestly, it was alright. Nothing great, nothing bad. Now the problem is, I'm gonna make another whatchamacallit, round of pear syrup, and I'm gonna preserve the rest of that. The rest of the remaining pears as Someone is rather conspicuous by his absence. Now just where the fuck and how the fuck? I sure hope that calf is... Wait, now I'm genuinely concerned. I don't see him. He's not here. I really hope that calf is gonna grow up into a male, because otherwise I'm kind of fucked. Where the fuck is my... Or what? Did he get tired of me accidentally milking him instead of his wife? Oh well. I have a feeling that that ram is going to grow up into a lovely young stud. And I won't have to worry about that bitch-ass old... Fuck. How? I haven't even fed them! That might explain. I'm just kidding. I don't think animals can starve to death in this game. Would be funny, though, if I were the first guy to figure it out. I'm generally trying to think, but I can't figure out what the fuck could have happened to it. Where I could look for it. Is it really a disaster? Was. Holy shit, you ate quick. Funny thing is, I don't even really know what I'm gonna make for myself. Oh right, I wanted to do some baked potatoes. There we go. I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna have some tomatoes and spring onion for like salad. Because to my mind, that's kind of like the loadout for a whatchamacallit, for a meal. You have the carbs, you have the vegetables, and you have the... Hallelujah! Fucking hell. She was difficult. Alright, time to think. Man, these are the things that like make it necessary. Did that polar bear kill my goat? Wait, that's an Arctic fox. It's not even winter. Why? Yeah. Normally I'd actually do that with boiled potatoes, because it was, like, I would, there's a word, I'm drawing a blank on it again. I would, like, boil them, and then crush them, and, put, like, a, pad of, butter on top. How the hell did he get out? Did he just fucking despawn? Because he should be around here. But he's not. The fuck? And I forgot to... whatchamacallit, clear these things up. Nah, they're great. My only problem with them is that there's really no way to like quickly cook them. So I just kind of have to plan ahead for when I'll be hungry, which is not something that I like to do. That motherfucker's gone. Again, let's see. Did he? No, he did not. I'm just fucking boggled. Where? How? Why? You know what? I don't like it in here. Yeah. Yep. I don't even like my wife. I'm just gonna go. Yep. Weird dude comes, keeps grabbing her tits, steals my baby's food. Fuck this place, man. Ain't for me. And you just fucking face through the wall. Or something. Please grow up into a man. Like, I'd get it if I'd see it, like, in the river or something, but it's not. I'm a bit scared, honestly. I may have angered the goat. Alright, this thing's cooking. I'm gonna put these up to go nice and dry. I should actually hold these in my inventory now that I see the drying rate, which I did kind of suspect, I just didn't want to acknowledge. Dried red currant. Okay, where do we have it? There do we have it. I should go check on the fish traps. I really wish I liked fish. But sadly I don't. They're very healthy. Work very well for diet, great source of protein and a lot of other essential oils. And I can't stand them. I don't think I've ever had potato soup. Like I've might have had like vegetable soup with potatoes, but potato soup specifically, no. Also, fun fact about coriander: if you're talking about the seeds, then I don't have access to such. Like I have looked around, and there seems to be none. Oh wait, I had more sandstone. Fuck. I could have looked way better. Oh, man. Oh well. Such is life. Alright, I need the knife. Funny thing is, I've been thinking about Card Survival Island these days. It's a survival roguelike type thing. And I think it's funny because I might go play that after we're done here. And just the idea that, I'd go from playing to... Please tell me I have blueberry syrup. No, I can imagine, because I've seen what it's like. For me, I kind of have a problem when it comes to cooking with cabbage, because and like the potato soup that I know is done with cabbage. Not that I have anything against cabbage itself, but I have a tendency, or rather, I don't know why, but I always like use too much cabbage. So when I make something with cabbage, it ends up tasting very cabbagey. And while that may be lovely, it is not the flavor that I'm going for. Now I could save these. Oh, I knew there was some of these. I could save these by just mixing them up with some non-spoiled blueberries, but I'd rather just do this. Just juice them, cook them down, hope it will reset the spoiling timer. Oh dear. Thing is, though, what I'm a bit miffed about right now is the fact that, like, I could use a lot of these systems to, like, a lot of these game systems to, optimize. For example, plant growth. I could make, like, go dig out the worm casings that I have, or, like, continue replacing the soil with terra preta. But like, I already have more than enough food. I don't really need it. So I'm not really incentivized to. Foxhole? Not, not sure I am, no. Familiar with it. Sorry. Alright, it's gonna keep fresh. Alright, in you go. Let's make blueberry syrup while we have it. Right. It ain't work. Hold on, what's the... Alright, just one more. And then these. And then I'm just gonna pour this into a barrel, start working on the wine. Well, on more wine. Can't ever have too much wine, right? There, you can totally have too much wine. Oh, for... God damn it, Padoru. Also... No. Bad. Though to be more on topic, for some reason it kind of like pings off in my brain as like culinary history stuff, like the Townsends. Oh, they've stopped lactating. Oh man, I really wanted my milk. Oh well, time to curdle it. I really need to figure out these. Though I probably don't need to. When and how? What the fuck? Ah, there we go. I have so much salt. Holy shit. Won't even find a reason to go dig out Sylvite. Oh well. But seriously, where the fuck is the adult goat? I'm gonna see if he's not like fucking dead at the bottom of this, but no. I didn't expect that I would find it by like sound or something. I'm just growing more and more confused, if I'm being honest. Look at all these plants. I'm just gonna harvest them now. Not gonna replace them with anything. Just gonna leave it. It's September. Call it the last harvest. Actually, I probably will put in some rye or something. Okay. Swear to God, if the pineapple doesn't grow this year either, I don't know what I'm gonna do, but I'm not gonna be happy about it. Actually, I can complete the, thinking about it, I can complete the, greenhouse, and that could potentially work to prolong it. I'll see. Where are the cranberries holding? Where's the veggies? There's the veggies. All right. I'm just gonna go feed this grain to you motherfucker. I'm just kind of forced to wonder if it might not be wiser to find a way to like separate the newer generations. I guess the pullets is their name. From the rest, so that I can later sort them out. You know, like there'll be like one rooster, and okay, sure, he might kill his littermate, clutchmates, but at least hold on, I'm just gonna make it into jerky. Can I make it into jerky? Apparently not. Well, in it goes with the meat. Oh dear. I have so much pie, you guys. Alright. Oh, shit. I'm gonna grab all the... not you. All the pears, and... I'm gonna set, like, one barrel up in the cellar, because it kind of let it get out of control with these things. Okay, I'm not liking the lighting this gives. Does it do better here? No. Sake. Do I have pear juice? Don't think a pear barrel, sorry. We got yogurt. No, we do not. Okay, so. I'm gonna make it, like I said, one barrel. Because we're gonna be doing wine until I get to making the condensers. These things are drying out so slowly, holy shit. Wait, I don't hear any more sizzling, which means that it is over. I forgot what I cooked here. Okay. We need to put in the pear syrup. My next stream is going to be on Saturday at 11 a.m. my time, so... Wait. There we go. So probably something like 10 a.m. Your time. Because I'm GMT +3. Alright. Oh, for fuck's sake. I think I can leave this here for now. I'm not happy with the fact that tables are gonna have, like, I'm gonna have to Why, thank you. Hope you enjoy the camp. Do I not have some left over? For what it's worth, though, don't worry. I stream both Saturday and Sunday morning. So, even if you can't make it, then there's still basically the day after that. So you don't need to worry too much about the logistics of it. The only days I don't stream are Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Now, sometimes something might come up, but that's, you know, like, if it comes up, then I have no way to know about it beforehand, you know, so either way, not too relevant. I really need a window here. Like, this really needs a, it's screaming for one. Have to put a tool holder up there. I'm gonna make one while the thing is still cooking. So yeah. Well, that sounds like all the not fun parts, but regardless, I hope there's gonna be at least something there for you. I'm gonna leave the cooking knife as well in here. Wait, can I... Is it going to disappear if I put... Oh wow, this isn't working. Hold on, what the fuck? Can I rest it on here? At least that. Oh, looks like it's gonna be like this. Really don't like how this is turning out so, like, enclosed. Oh, wow, this worked, like, on the dot. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. No, well, that's honestly all you really need. At the end of the day, better that than anything else. God, I don't like this. I'll probably have a moment where I'm just gonna be like, fuck it, and just tear this whole thing down. Because this is not a kitchen. This is the awful bastardization of what a kitchen should be. It's closed in, it's way too rough, and I am considering just kind of like moving the wall into here. Kind of like combining it with the entrance. I genuinely think that would be like the best choice to make. Because I'm like going mental in here. It's way too closed in. I'll need to figure something out. I'll consider it. See what else. See how I feel after putting in a window. But yeah, these ain't the conditions to cook anything except methamphetamines in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Alright, time to go put these down. This is definitely not getting a wall, though. I'll have to see how I feel about it once the walls are also nicer looking. I'm gonna go drop the seeds into back where they belong, and oh wait, some more stuff to harvest. I really need to make a lot of breadcrumbs. Feed the chickens. Yeah, TikTok does get a lot of views. It frankly terrifies me because it's like, for one, I generally find like conceptually the and the entropy of the internet, the just sheer chaos on here, to be, you know, what the fuck. But then you get that in the hands of a corporation, and it seems to be able to control it, and it's like this same kind of dehumanization type of thing, but like as dictated by a huge fucking company. No. No, 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 no. No, thank you. I'm just gonna pump that plant full of nitrogen. Like, genuinely, here's the thing. I sometimes realize that I've kind of lost myself watching YouTube shorts, right? And I realize, oh shit, a lot more time passed than it should have. And that's already terrifying to me. But add to that the fact that it's like, you know, the main source of cultural brain rot. Jesus Christ. It terrifies me. And I'm not I'm barely playing this up. I'm just gonna burn these up because I don't have much to do with them. Candied pear. Time to go store it up. I should probably put them in a storage vessel. Oh wait, it's cured. And if I get a lot of them, I'm just gonna move them then. How long will these last? 12 years! Let's fucking go. Alright then, see ya. Probably not gonna run for much longer myself either. Oh wait, I could have done... No matter. I'm so pissed at this specific turn of like how the kitchen looks. What can I even do? Alright, I probably should... Maybe I could put up, I don't know, something like a pole. Yeah, talk to someone about... Whatever. Figure something out about, like, maybe I could make it, like, pass through. So this whole part is like the kitchen, kind of like the center of the house. It kind of seems antithetical to my modern sensibilities. So I need to figure something out, but it won't be today, for reasons that I believe are beyond obvious. Would be nice if I could store this on the rack. Oh well. Alright. Yeah, I think I'm gonna end this after the syrup is done. I should store the spelt as well. I forgot about it. How long are you gonna last? 1 year. I could do some more chiseling while I'm waiting. Just realized. But what would I even chisel? Alright, let's do the door frame. Always useful to do this little kind of indent thing. Makes it feel more in-depth. And I can later add, and I probably will add support beams to kind of like liven up the thing. Probably should do it here as well though, but I won't until I get... Oh god damn it. I just realized. I was planning to scrape that wall like inwardly. But that's gonna reveal the that's gonna reveal the fact that underneath here is a different tile. So I'm gonna have to come in with ebony to kind of like clear it up. Yeah, probably how I should have made it from the get-go. Oh dear god. We are about to find out if... 'Oh, it's done cooking. Alright, pear syrup. Pair it with what? Ha 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 ha. Alright then. So, I have this to... 1, 2, 3... Just let me finish this chiseling, and we'll be off for the day. You know what? It's gonna be fine. There we go. Nice little thing. Not much more durability. I want to take it down to like 10. Just so that I actually, no. I'm just gonna make it the soldering iron now. And it's gonna be in my inventory, and I'm gonna see it, and next time will be 108. No, I'm just curious. So 71, right? Alright, let me just break this. How much? 70. 43, 108. Still. Oh, that's interesting. Oh well, like I said. Literally 2 uses. Good God. Regardless. I think this is a good moment to stop still. Wait, what the f- It literally grew up before my eyes. And it's a U. But where's the fucking goat man? Alright, I'm gonna go. I'll probably hop on later off stream to like look around for it. And I don't fucking know if I don't find it. God, I'm gonna have to look for a new one. Or, but regardless, no. God, this is fucking with me. I need to go take a look around. See if I can find a goat like around these parts, because then I can ram, because then I can bait him. Well, you're not a ram. Where is it? There should be, right? I remember seeing some in the forest, right? Am I gaslighting myself now? If that polar bear comes at me, I'm gonna give him some of that. Whoop-how. Now just where the fuck did... Okay, there's probably not rams in here, though I could swear I've seen some. And I'm seeing movement there, it's probably just a raccoon or a rabbit. Let's see. You are a rabbit still. Where did he go? He broke out in protest for not being fed. Where the fuck? Cause like, if it was killed, right? If it was alive, it should be here in the middle of the river. If it was killed, it should be at the bottom. But I have not seen it either way. So that begs the question, just what the fuck happened with him? That's a fox, right? Yeah. Okay, stones? Yeah, no, nowhere to be seen. Maybe near the bear? But that's about the only possibility, I guess. Wait, could he have gone in? No. He would have appeared as dead. Where the hell did he go? Man. I'm gonna take the raft, go up to the bear, see if I can find our dead ram there. And if not, fucking no, man. Where's the bear now? We are missing a bear. I also can't help but find it almost comically bad luck that of course I'll be losing the ram when I'm gonna have like the second lamb grow into a ewe. Like, of course, why not? And now the polar bear is missing, which unlike a ram, I feel should be a bit more difficult to make disappear. That's a ewe. But I knew there were some more nearby. What are the odds that where there's a ewe, there's a... That's the new way. There's a will, there's a way. Let's take a look like around here, but I feel like there's always just one ram per pack. Herd. There we go. Herd. There's denial. Just gonna take a look on this edge of the island, but I feel like it would try to go that way, so I should have found it. Well, hello, Mr. Bear, I was looking for you. Oh, go away. Nope, looks like there is no ram victim of bear. Ram victim of Fram. Ugh. This is where my comedy will have peaked. Oh, right, these two. Even more pairs. Oh! Oh! Oh, that's sick. That's not sick. Wait, do I just, like, collect the ones on the outer rim of the tree? That would be cool. Like, the ones on the inside I collect by interacting with the stem. If that's how that works, then that's cool. Can't see it anywhere. Man. I'm gonna miss him. There he is! just came out fucking shut. No, 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 wait. No, what are you doing? What are you doing? What the fuck is going on? Hey, look, there's another. What the fuck? Also, don't think I didn't notice that there's two of them. This is getting out of hand. What the fuck is descending to the street? I don't even... In my greatest hour of need, he returned just to kick some unholy ass against the fucking polar bear. Fucking dumbass. Oh no! He sacrificed his life! Wait, I sacrificed his life! Oh well, there's another one there, so... no biggie. Wait, do I have... where do I have the red meat from? Well, I'm not gonna question it. But sadly, we're going to end it here, as we don't have time to bring that other ram up. However, that's what we're gonna do first thing on Saturday. I hope it'll be fun. Wish you all a wonderful remaining part of the week. Farewell.